Highlight Zone with Wayne 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
It's the Highlight Zone. Yeah, the Highlight Zone. It's the Highlight Zone. Yeah, the Highlight Zone. It's Friday night. We on the Highlight Zone.
It's our last go, and we won last year, and we'd like to go out again as the same SAC champs.
It's going to be a big chip on our shoulder. We just want to come out and play hard and play together.
Going in with confidence and a lot of swagger, like Coach Parker likes to say.
I'm excited to be playing a team that is definitely up there with us.
This is one of the games that the girls had circled on their calendar, and I'm sure they did also.
Traditionally, as you mentioned, great games against Snyder. It's just, they're exciting, and so they're fun to coach, they're fun to play in.
Yeah, the Highlight Zone. It's the Highlight Zone. Yeah, the Highlight Zone.
Yeah, they say time flies when you're having fun, and nobody has more fun than the folks in the fort. We're just 2.5 weeks away from girls basketball sectionals. That means conference action heating up, and yeah, we're going to have the ACAC tournament. We're going to have the NECC tournament as well, but we start in the SAC. Josh Ann joining you with your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Josh.
Well, Glenn, coming into the ninth, there were just 2 undefeated teams left in the SAC Girls Championship chase. You got 6-0 Snyder, 6-0 Homestead. Winner of this one, not officially the conference champ, but you could say a win would go a long way in claiming the crown. Snyder at Homestead is your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Let's go to Spartan Arena. You got the Spartans ranked 4th in the state's coaches poll. Snyder, meanwhile, led by one of the top sophomores in the country in Janaea Cooper. Into the first quarter, this is Maya Epps with the start of a historic night for her. More on Miss Epps in a moment, but first, how about the sophomore sensation, Janaea Cooper? Cooper showing off that mid-range J as she helps Snyder take the lead for the moment, but Homestead's got a 19-15 lead after one. Second quarter, it is Gracie Smith splashing from deep, but on the other side, Homestead's got an answer right back, and this is a super sophomore herself, Eva Scarberry, helping Homestead take a 39-26 lead to halftime. Big Reggie Tharp and Snyder have their work cut out for him in the third, but how about Cooper? Trying to keep the Panthers in as she gets the and one. Cooper with a team-high 18 points, but just like that little girl right there, all the sweeps will belong to Homestead and Maya Epps. Somehow, someway, I still can't figure out how Epps got that layup. Still, Homestead has got a huge lead heading into the fourth. Epps, meanwhile, finishing with a career-high 42 points. Just one shy of tying Ayanna Patterson's single-game scoring record for Homestead, and the Spartans take care of business at home, winning 83-61 over Snyder.
Very proud of my teammates. I wouldn't have been able to do anything that I did tonight without them. And just the fact that I was able to still get them the ball, and just things like that makes me super proud of them and proud of myself as well. Just being able to do that and get them involved and stuff still too.
I would just say our huddles are, we're so together, and everyone, we're so close. And so I feel like practice and preparing and everything, that made us win this big game.
I just thought we were really hard to guard. And I know Maya was exceptional tonight, but as a team, I thought we moved the ball, we were unselfish, and we complemented each other's games.
Snyder only has 2 SAC games left. That's against Concordia and Carroll. Homestead's last 2 conference games are against Northside and Northrop. Glenn, it's all you.
All right, speaking of the Bruins, that game against Homestead set for January 30th. Circle your calendars accordingly. Bruins hosting Northside, and this one all about the Bruins in the fourth. That's Destiny Wallace with a bucket. Northrop up big and putting them to sleep. Destiny Wallace again knocking down the 3 for the Bruins. Then you're going to see Swin Jackson, a little swin and in with the putback. Gail Williams-Thomas had 20 as Northrop rolled 75-21. At Carroll High School, Mark Redding, the coach, looking for his 200th win as the head coach of the Chargers. Feels like he was just at Elmhurst not all that long ago, but how about the Carroll Chargers taking care of business with Megan Lanning? She had 10 points, and Carroll up by 4 in the first. Later, it's Lily George working it down low as she cleans the glass. She had 20 points. That would lead the Chargers. Coming the other way, you're going to see Harvest Green for Bishop Lures get the bucket here, but Coach Redding does get win number 200 as the Chargers take it 52-38. At Bishop Dwenger, the Saints looking to make it 3 wins of their last 4 games as Dwenger hosting Wayne. Third quarter, it's Amaya Tyree splashing from the outside, and this ball game is tied at 27 all, but here comes Kyle Bond, and here come the Saints. Claire Shortgen gets the rebound and the putback, and Beatty now up by 4 in the third. Later, it's Madeline Johansson with the and one, and Dwenger stays hot. The Saints win it 60-48. Final stop in the SAC, Southside at Concordia, second quarter action. You'll see Amaya Harden knock down the three. But how about Concordia? Despite being down 6, they're going after it. Olivia Bollinger to freshman Chloe Vanderford. She gets the bucket, but you're going to see Southside's Riley Diedrich Williams coming the other way with the 2. However, Concordia mounts a fourth quarter comeback. The Cadets win this one 58-53. Semifinals of the ACAC tournament, 52nd year on the girls' side of things. And at Heritage, Bluffton versus Adams Central. Third quarter action, Chloe Dick taking care of business with the steal and the score in Bluffton. Up in the third, big. We're talking 50-20 over the Jets. No give up in AC. Here comes Ava Stafford with a bucket. It goes, but Bluffton still up big. You're going to see Eden Nash take care of business for Bluffton as the Tigers get the victory and advance to the ACAC title game 69-30. At Jay County, Southern Wells coming off a bye in the first round. The Raiders on the road to face the Patriots, and Jay County was hot from the get-go. Carson Schwieterman with a 3 in the first, and there were more buckets and more Schwieterman. It's on the break here. It's Hallie Schwieterman who's going to come up with a bucket off the nice feed. 13-zip Jay County out of the gate, and that was all the Patriots would need is that early good start. They win 77-28, so it's Jay County and Bluffton in the ACAC title game. NECC semifinals, Fremont taking on Fairfield at Paul Bateman Gymnasium. Fairfield's Eva Herbert recognized for reaching 1,000 career points. Third quarter's where we pick it up, and we pick it up with Grace Charlock doing what Grace Charlock does. She had 17 on the game. Fremont took the lead there 32-30. They tie it right up, does Fairfield, though, with Macy Worthman off the inbound. And oh, baby, we got ourselves one back and forth ball game. Later in the third, Paige Park, ooh, shooter's touch as it drops. Fairfield up 38-35 at that point, but this game was about Maya Turner. Turner, the and one, she had 24 points to lead the Eagles as Fremont advances 60-54. Other half of the NECC bracket, Eastside ranked 8th in the state in the two-way poll. The Blazers taking on Angola. Third quarter, Lucy Kitchen. Kitchen was on fire as that one drops and goes 41-31. Blazers in the lead, but no give up in Angola. How about Ella Savick knocking down the 3 right there? You're going to see Kendall Vanderwall in the fourth quarter with this bucket to tie it at 48, but Eastside eventually pulls it out 53-50, so it's Eastside and Fremont in the NECC title game. As for the NECC boys tournament, we're going to have to wait just a bit. After the break, we're going to hit up both semifinals. Same for the ACAC boys tournament as we head to Heritage in Jay County. Plus, first place in the SAC on the line as Homestead playing host to the Snyder Panthers. We've got every boys game in the SAC plus hit up rivalry night in the NE8. We're also heading to Wabash County as well. Plenty of boys hoops coming your way next on The Zone.
We are the Southland Knights. You're watching the Highlight Zone. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Highlight Zone.
Well, when it comes to high school basketball, nobody loves hoops like the Hoosier State. And when it comes to the Hoosier State, nobody's done it longer than the ACAC. Check it out. The ACAC Boys Tournament in the 103rd year of existence, longest conference tournament in the state. And, you know, at Sherry Gilbert Court, Heritage was hosting Bluffton in the semifinals in this one, third quarter action. How about some offense from Heritage? You know, Valentine's Day is still a month away, but how about Galentine's Day? Kingston Galentine with the and one. He had 31 as Heritage led by 6, 34-28 in the third. Here comes Declan Greiser to Maxwell White for Bluffton to cut into that Heritage lead. But in the fourth quarter, the Pats taking care of business. Lonte Castle with a bucket here as Heritage goes on to beat Bluffton 63-50. At Jay County, the Patriots facing Southern Wells. This one all Jay County from the get-go, kind of like the girls' game. First quarter, Jaden Comer splashing the 3 as Jay County led 18-2 at that point. In the second quarter, more from the outside and more from Jay County. This is Brock Watson, makes it 25-3 as Jay County goes on to win 64-19. So it'll be Heritage versus Jay County in the ACAC title game. NECC semifinals, Westview ranked 3rd this week in the 2A state poll. The Warriors facing a Garrett team that knocked off Prairie Heights on Thursday. Third quarter action, Austin Schlebach with the bucket right there, and Westview in control. They led 43-19 at that point. Here comes Garrett. It's Aiden O'Neill with a tough 2 right there to cut into that Westview lead, but it would not be enough. The Warriors, man, they got a good team this year. You're going to see Caden Grau knock it down. Great ball movement there as Westview advances to the NECC title game, 66-32. Other half of the bracket, West Noble at Angola, and we pick this one up in the first, and we pick it up with West Noble coming out hot. It's Brody Mast raising up and hitting the jumper as West Noble led by 3 in the first, but here comes Angola. Some good defense here. They get it ahead to Tyler Rupel, and Rupel lays it home. Angola down just 1 at that point. Let's fast forward to the second quarter. It's Niles Knox, the super sophomore, getting the bucket here in transition, and Angola advances to take on Westview, 47-43 over West Noble. In the SAC, Homestead coming into the night alone in first place in the conference standing. The Spartans hosting a Snyder team tied for second, and Snyder coming out hot. Chance to Ross it. The guy can shoot it from deep. He had 15 points, and Snyder up early. Later, it's Lane Patterson, and yeah, this kid can elevate. Jams at home. Snyder up 9-2 out of the gate. Bam Martin Scott, the NFL linebacker, there to watch this. His alma mater took control. Ryder Immel nails the 3, but man, it was Snyder's night. Xavier Wilson from the top, and it's dropping. Snyder beats Homestead 71-52. Good win for the Panthers. Southside looking to keep pace in the title race. Archers 13-1 coming in as they took on Concordia. Second quarter, South's Josh Sandoval in the quarter for 3, and South takes the lead. They're up by 1. Phil Brockman doesn't like that. Phil Brockman does like this, though. Concordia's Rashawn Johnson with the nice deuce right there, and then they use that size advantage. Southside doesn't have a lot of big dudes. They are quick, though. Evan Armstead with the bucket, but Southside doing it with the defense and transition game. You'll see Terrence Jordan with 2 of his 17 as Southside wins it 63-50 over the Cadets. Wayne Generals looking for their 4th win in a row. Generals having a good time at Bishop Dwenger. Second quarter, it's Wayne in transition. Tyree Eldridge would get it back and get the bucket as Wayne led by 4 in the second quarter. Here comes Dwenger, unselfish with the basketball. Watch the good feed inside to Henry Jordan with the reverse right there. And then it's 6'5" Nick Bunt stepping out for the triple as the Saints right back in this thing, but off the block. Here comes Wayne. You're going to see Jazz Booker on the offensive end get the bucket as Wayne wins this one by 10, 78-68. The last SAC boys game of the night, Northside and Northrop squaring off. Bruins looking for their 3rd win in the last 4 games, but Northside, they got the big guy down low. Omarion waits. He waits for no man. 2 Zip legends. They score the first basket of the game. Here comes Northrop. It's Anthony Barnes, 6'6", and he gets the bucket. And more from Northrop on the inside. Zach Darrow with the bucket, but simply too much Northside in this one. You're going to see them throw it up to Malik Moore, and Malik can do more than just play football. He's a hooper as well as Northside wins at Northrop 60-44 your final. Rivalry night in the NE8. That means along the highway of Vice Presidents. It's Huntington North at Columbia City, and in the first quarter, it's Landon Richmond with a tough bucket inside. Just signed with Huntington University this week, and that is why the Eagles led by 3, 14-11 after 1. Second quarter, Huntington North starts to heat up. It's Titus Schultz who's been doing it all season for the Vikes. That knots the game, and here comes more Huntington North. You're going to see Schultz with the miss, but Dalton Husband going to clean it up and get the bucket and 1 as Huntington North wins at Columbia City. Good win, 48-42. Classic rivalry game at the Lions Den. We got the old leather ball game between Lihue and New Haven. This one dates back quite some time, and Jadrian Ezel etching his name in the record books. He drills the 3, and New Haven up in the third quarter, 38-15. Lucas Miller, quarter 3 right there, and that makes it 40-21, but it would not be enough. New Haven, Lavelle Ledbetter this time stroking it as New Haven goes into the Lions Den. It comes out roaring, 65-34 the final. At the TP Indicator, the battle of Highway 224. Norwell making that short drive to face Belmont. Norwell's Josh McBride driving in and getting the bucket. That's the first basket of the game. It's an and 1. That's Josh McBride. And then here's Coach Michael McBride. We're going to have more McBrides coming up in just a second, but Belmont working it here. It's Jack Schultz for the 3. Daniel Selking actually had 31 in this game to lead Belmont. With more Norwell and more McBride on the offensive end, this is Nick McBride. 3 McBrides in this set of highlights as Norwell wins at the TP 69-61. Final stop on NE8 rivalry night. DeKalb heading over to the Big Blue Pit to face East Noble. Pick it up in the first quarter. It's DeKalb working it down low. Caden Palumbo with a bucket, and DeKalb jumps out to an early 5-point lead. Here comes East Noble, a name that we called a lot during the high school football season. Alex Scott driving and laying it in. But towards the end of the first quarter, you're going to see Dalton Cox bury the 3 for the Barons, and every point was critical in this game because DeKalb wins it by 1, 44-43 at the Big Blue Pit. Lakewood Park Christian's Avery McFarland. Hey, he hit the 1,000-point milestone earlier this week as the Panthers in town to face Canterbury. He adds to that total here with a little fadeaway J. Here come the Cavs, though. Derek Adams got his team playing well here. Ben Harden driving, Ben Harden hanging, Ben Harden hitting. The Cavs feeling good about that. Coming the other way, you're going to see Garrett Black with a swipe and the score, but Canterbury with a nice second half to win this one, 57-43 over Lakewood Park. Three Rivers Conference, Southwood 10-1 overall, coming in ranked 8th in the state in 1A this week, looking to whittle down Whitko. It's Whitko working it though. That's Chandler Cox with the deuce down low in the second quarter. However, it was Southwood up already 27-7. Here comes Maddox Marshall with the bucket to make it 37-12. Then you're going to see Aiden Hawkins with a bucket as Southwood continues to roll this season. 65-27 the final over Whitko. Last stop for hoops tonight, reigning 2A state champs of Manchester. The Squires at historic Coolman Gymnasium to face Wabash. Cooper Long from long distance it goes. And the Bash up 5-zip early, but here comes Manchester. They know how to win basketball games. Dallas Martin with the triple. That would get this Manchester team on the board. You're going to see Long do it again for Wabash, but Manchester goes on to win this one 49-41. Stay tuned. Kamataki, your gem of the night, up next.
We are the Angola Hornets, and we'll be right back for the highlight zone.
Columbia City Eagles, welcome back to the highlight zone. It's time for Gem of the Night. Yeah!
Here at Peter Franklin Jewelers, we are proud to support local high school athletics. That's why we continue to sponsor the Highlight Zone on WANE TV.
Congratulations to this week's winner of the Gem of the Night, presented by Peter Franklin Jewelers.
It is Maya Epps' world, and we're just living in it. Maya Epps, the senior, bound for Louisville, the Homestead Star, with 42 points in this one. As, wow, Maya Epps just 1 point off Ayanna Patterson's record at Homestead of 43 points in a single game. Maya Epps, that is this week's Gem of the Night, brought to you by Peter Franklin Jewelers. Let's talk some hockey now. Comets with 2 home games against Bloomington this weekend. That includes Friday night in the Jungle. First period, it's Austin McGarrah with a power play goal coming up here. Now, this is the 5th game in a row that McGarrah's had a goal. It's his 14th of the season. That leads the team. It's 1-0 Comets, but the wheels kind of fell off the bus after that. Second period, all Bison. Bloomington managed to score 4 goals in the second period alone. 3 of them came on the power play. The penalty kill not doing it in this one for the Comets, as Kirill Tutayev would add his 8th goal of the season later in this one, but it's certainly not enough as Bloomington comes into Fort Wayne and wins by a final of 5-2. Comets play the Bison again tomorrow. That's a 7:35 start at the Coliseum, as the Jungle will hopefully be rocking as the K's look to get off the schneid and get a little revenge against the Bloomington Bison. Well, that is going to do it for this week's show. For Josh, I'm Glenn, and we'll see you next Friday night right here on Fort Wayne's #1 sports show.